The enemy is most likely already among us. Thanks to who? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the border czar, and Democrats, who had 4 years of an open border policy that allowed millions of illegals to include hundreds, if not thousands, of people that want to do us harm. Some are from Iran and other Middle Eastern countries that hate America, folks. According to a leaked memo obtained by the New York Post, Customs and Border Protections is warning agents now about possible terror sleeper cells in the U.S. This after over 700 Iranian nationals were allowed into our country after crossing during Feckless Joe's presidency. Yeah, those cells may soon be waking up, seeking revenge for the strikes that we did on the nuclear facilities last week in Iran. The Department of Homeland Security issued a terrorism alert on Sunday, warning of possible Iranian attacks on U.S. soil. The statement from DHS reads like this: the likelihood of violent extremists in the homeland independently mobilizing to violence response to the conflict would likely increase if Iranian leadership issued a religious ruling calling for retaliatory violence against targets in the homeland. Additionally, officials are warning that the chances of both cyber attacks and more anti-Semitic attacks are likely to increase here on the homeland. And again, I know what some are saying. Some of the folks on the extreme left and extreme right are now hating on Trump, saying he never should have hit the nuke sites. It's all his fault. If we get hit at home, it's all his fault. The media is saying that. I back my commander-in-chief. It's not his fault. If we have any hits on the homeland, let me tell you whose fault it is as I introduce our next guest. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Democrats, who allowed an open border policy for 4 years so we got filled up with illegal aliens and we can't decide if it's somebody that's here for a better life or somebody that wants to kill us. That's who's to blame, not President Trump. Joining us now to discuss all of this, he sits on the House Homeland Security and Financial Services Committee, Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles. Back on the program. Andy, nice to see you. How you been, sir?
Doing well. You know, it's hot in D.C., but, it's even hotter because President Trump is on a win streak. And to your point, we can't allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
Nope.
And not only do we need to stop their nuclear program, we need to break their ambition to desire nuclear weapons. That's how serious this is. And quite frankly, when you look at the bombing of Iran, the reason why you've seen most countries in the Arabian Peninsula, their neighbors, not say anything is because they don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon either, because they understand that Iran is dangerous. Now, back home, I think we're in a heightened state of alert for good reason, because of failed Joe Feckless policies allowed terrorists into our country. We know they're here. We're trying to find them, but I would encourage everybody this 4th of July to be careful.
Yeah, and so I saw this ICE headline that we busted 11 Iranian nationals just in the last 48 hours. That's great. They were most likely part of a sleeper cell or a forming sleeper cell. So that's good news. But then in reverse, when I see the other headline that said 1,500 militant-aged men from Iran got in, or met with border agents anyway, when Joe and Kamala were in charge, and we believe at least half, so 750-ish, are in the nation somewhere, Andy. And we busted 11 of those 750-ish. That scares the hell out of me, and I don't get scared. I mean, my head's on a swivel all the time. I'm the guy that goes in the back of the restaurant and sits in the corner for years so I can see all the exit points and see who's coming in at me. But we might not see this.
Well, I mean, and you do the math, we have 2 million gotaways, 2 million. And so that's individuals, we don't know who they are, we don't know where they are, we don't know where they came from. So even if just 1% of those 2 million gotaways are from countries that want to do us harm, I mean, you're talking about hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of individuals that want to do you and me and quite frankly, our nation harm. And so that is directly because of Joe Biden, not because of President Trump's leadership. He is leading us to a new day. So whether it's terrorists, whether it's securing the border, whether it's bombing Iran, he's doing the right thing. But now we have to face the consequences of what Joe Biden did, which was allow our country to be invaded. Mayorkas should be charged with treason when you allow that many people to willfully come into this country in violation of the law. Some of them we know want to do us harm. There's got to be consequences. And so I look to the Justice Department to continue to take actions against these officials. But that being said, I'm concerned that you may see some attacks in the coming weeks, if not months, because of Iran. And again, all it takes is one lone wolf, if you will, someone who maybe isn't taking direction directly from the regime, but has decided that they want to avenge their homeland, if you will, and you could see some action. So again, we've got to find these folks, but we've got to deport those folks as well. They don't belong here.